I'm a 33-year-old who wants to be a millionaire in dollars before she turns 40. So if you're in your 30s and you're trying to build wealth, but you feel like you're behind, like it feels like nothing is working for you, no matter what you do, it feels like it is not enough, then this video is for you. So being in your 30s, this is the phase where it feels like we need to make all the money that we can make. Like we feel this pressure to be rich, or at least be doing the right things, especially when it comes to finances. We put this pressure on ourselves, especially like with the influence of social media now. You see all the highlights of people's lives, especially when they are even in their teenage years. But you, a millennial, you're trying to build wealth, you're trying to follow the traditional route to build wealth. It feels like you're doing so much, but then nothing is working out for you because there's that pressure already from society. You see other people's lives, it feels like they're living their best life. Like, why are you not living your best life? And you've been doing everything that is said to make you rich. Like you've been saving, you've been doing every single thing. Trust me, I understand, because even when I say I want to become a millionaire in dollars before I turn 40, this now means that I have to cut out a lot of things from my life. I have to do so many things that the average maybe 30 something years old will not be thinking. Maybe someone who does not have the goal of becoming a millionaire in dollars will not be doing. But then me, here I am, I'm saying that I have this big goal, so I have to be putting so many things in place. But recently I've learned that, for me, I feel like I'm doing well when it comes to my finances, because I've just tried to stop judging myself from the lens of other people. I've now started thinking of, am I doing certain things? At least, there are some rules to building wealth. Are you actively taking part in those rules that are said to build wealth? Like, are you doing all you can, especially when you already have, let's say you work a 9 to 5, so your salary is fixed, or you are a business person and it's a lot, especially at this phase in our lives. You see people between the ages of 30 to 40, like they feel this bigger pressure to build wealth or to become rich. Let me just put it literally like that, to become rich. But although this is beginning to creep to the youth now, because of social media, everybody now wants to be like a rich person all of a sudden. But the pressure is still more on the millennials, because at this phase you're expected to have achieved so many things in society, especially if you are in this part of the world. Like, that expectation is higher. But you have to normalize the idea that not everybody is going to achieve the same thing at the same time. Everybody's destiny is completely different, funny enough, but we don't tend to acknowledge that. Or everybody's race towards financial freedom is completely different. It's just a matter of you knowing that, okay, you're doing certain things that are said to make you get to this point in your life, and you're actively doing those things. But now we need to be honest with ourselves. That world building is not the easiest thing. It takes time, it takes patience, sometimes delayed gratification. It takes you cutting out a lot of things from your life. It takes a whole lot. And especially you need to even learn how to earn money, or you need to have a high paying job that you cannot start investing. You need to even create streams and streams of income, because most of the rich people we see today, they did not become rich with the flick of a finger. They had to put in the work, and most of them, you see now at this point, everybody's singing their praises, but nobody remembered when they started. It took them a long time to get to this place where they are billionaires in dollars, trillionaires and whatever. But we tend to want the fast one. Although this is not really prevalent among the millennials, I will give us that, because we are the types that try to do things more on the traditional way, unlike the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas, who are they think everything is lightning and bolts and all that. But we are more on the patient side, so we still need to acknowledge the fact that it takes time to do this, at least if you are to do it right and do it well. There's this quote that will help you to understand the aspect of time when it comes to building wealth. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10. You find that if you are constantly investing 500k every year, maybe like in index fund, over the course of 10 years, your money will definitely have multiplied, because you have invested it in a place where it basically feels like mutual fund. Like every year they are turning out like the list, at least according to history, 10%. Like your money is working, so you are doing all you can at every point in time. So it's a matter of learning that wealth building takes time, and investing in places that are set to build your money over time, rather than chasing quick ways to make cash. At least, like I said, we millennials are more patient with this thing, so we know the traditional ways, the investing routes to building wealth, so we are not chasing the quick method, but at least we still need to acknowledge the effect of time on building wealth. And to top it off, wealth is not even only money, funny enough, but we tend to only think of wealth in terms of, like the financial aspect, like, you being financially free and all that. But wealth is still freedom, having options, having that peace of mind, being comfortable, knowing that you've taken care of things, or you can take care of things economically without having that stress. And another thing, like wealth is, you spending time with your family and creating relationships, watering those or building those relationships you've created over time. So most times we tend to ignore this aspect of, the idea of wealth, because we just tend to tie you being wealthy to being rich, or being rich financially. It is something to note here, because it is very important that we know that, wealth building takes time, and it has a lot in it other than just being rich financially. But now we've talked about all these things, like what are the signs that you are doing well financially, especially in this our phase of life. Like we need to feel okay, I'm doing this, doing that, like okay, I'm doing well even though I'm not seeing the result right now, like, but these are the things that if you are doing them and doing them diligently, consistently, you find that you are covered. Don't worry, just be patient. Like with time you start seeing the fruit of your labor. The very first one, you live below your means. This is something that's commonly talked about, but we don't really tend to think deep about it. Like, are you earning 100k and spending 90k on, are you saying you are spending 90k on all your needs? Obviously not. So most times you are spending it on things that you might not even need, and then sometimes you not even find yourself maybe even spending the entire 100k. You living below your means, that is not what it means. It means you living below your means. You are earning 100k, you are spending 50k or 60k and saving 40k. So it is advised that you save 20 to 25% of your salary, because this is something that when you think of that percentage as a whole, depending on what you are earning anyway, it is a good way to start putting it out as savings. Maybe like investing it in high savings accounts where that okay, your money, the interest on your money is growing, and then maybe over time now taking a bulk of that your high money in the high yield savings account and putting it in investing in a business that will give you bigger profits, or even learning how to earn more money, that is by improving your skills or bagging certifications that are going to improve your portfolio to make it possible for you to get bigger options of high paying jobs, or whichever one you choose to do. Just basically living below your means. It is one thing you need to know. If you are doing this already, you are doing well financially. You are consistently saving and investing every month. You are doing very, very well. You see, on this channel I've talked about how you creating the habit of knowing that okay, every month I know that I'm going to be putting this particular amount of money in this place. I'm doing this, I'm doing that every month. I'm consistently doing this. Not this month I'll say okay, no, because I have something that came up, I will not have savings. Even though you have something that came up and you now feel like you don't have savings, are you using all of your savings for that particular thing, or are you still taking a portion to make sure that you are going to put something in your savings? It is very important. And if you are doing this already, if you've created this habit, if you go on my TikTok, go and check it. I have talked about how I have consistently saved 100k every month from my salary. No matter what is happening in my life, it is something that I have done consistently over time. And now I've even gone on to start dividing this and investing it in high yield savings account and investing a portion of it in stocks. Knowing what to do with your money at the particular time is very important, and especially being that you have consistently saved and invested monthly, then you are doing very well. You have an emergency fund. Emergency fund is very important, especially in this part of the world where we are, where it feels like there's always going to be something that needs your emergency funds. So I've always been of the idea that before your salary comes, you should have created a budget. And in this your budget, that is where you should pay yourself first by putting your money, a portion of your money in your savings, and the money you are going to invest, especially knowing that you are planning to have a more financially free future. Like me now, I have a goal of becoming a millionaire in dollars before I turn 40. So this means that I have to do this, or at least make sure that I save and invest and put my money in places that are set to grow my money over time. So another thing is having to create emergency fund, because emergency fund is something that you don't want to be going back to your savings whenever an emergency comes up. So just take out a portion of your salary and always just stack it up. When maybe a small need comes up, you go to that your emergency fund. When a big need comes up, because you've stacked it over time, you go to that your emergency fund. So it will always help you. You are not relying on debt for your survival. That is very important. Like, I don't know how people are comfortable, living their lives on loans. They are living flashy lives, but whereas they are on loans. It's also funny when I was imagining, like, in Nigeria now there has been this long list of weddings that have been going on, the Kego 2025, Priscilla and Juma 2025, and I couldn't help but wonder, like, do these people really have this money kept down, or did they have it down for some time preparing for this wedding? I know the people involved here are all people that have money, or do they still have to go to the bank to borrow a portion of this money just when that event is over? Then with their normal ways of making money, they now start repaying it. I found myself questioning that, because it felt like the weddings were so glamorous, like it felt like they spent a lot of money, and I couldn't imagine them having that money lying down there just waiting for the wedding to come and happen. So, but the main idea here is I hope you are not living your life surviving on loans or debts that are taken from everywhere, every corner. As long as you're not doing that, you're doing well financially. You constantly learn about money. You see, on these platforms we keep talking about money, but we are learning and we are sharing our experiences. I share mine with you, and I hope that you share yours with me in the comments. And if you've not at this point subscribe to the channel, I don't know what you are doing, because we are learning and growing together on this space. So make sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and do all the needful. But my main idea here is learning how earn more money. To get rich, you need to learn how to earn more money. It's not just about saving and investing. Learn how to upskill so that you can earn more. Learn what is in vogue now, especially with the times of AI. We need to learn how to take advantage of it to earn more money. Do all this and you're doing very well. You set financial goals and track your progress. So you see, me being a girl who wants to become a millionaire in dollars before I turn 40, it is something that I've always talked about. Like, I'm so lucky that I over time just got to find, okay, I say I want to have this big goal, a goal that feels very impossible to some people, but then having this goal now means that I constantly think of what I need to do, and especially knowing that I've shared this goal online, I can't disappoint. But this is not to tell you that it has been a very easy journey, because sometimes I think, like, is this really possible? But then I remind myself again, never say never. Am I doing the right things? Am I saving? Am I investing? Am I learning how to earn more money? Am I actively putting myself in these places? So doing all this, I know that, okay, I am doing well. At the end of the day, we'll see the results. Fingers crossed I am successful at achieving my goal. But even though I don't still achieve it, it is fine. But all that matters is that I am doing what I need to do at the end of the day. So to build wealth, you just need to know that your small actions compound over time. You have to track your net worth, not just saving in the bank or just concentrating on savings alone. You have to learn to increase your income sources, like investing in real estate, investing in high yield savings account, or even creating businesses or sources. Just making sure that you have multiple streams of income will help you to fast your journey to financial freedom. Trust me, if you are doing all these things, you are not behind. You are just in a phase of progress. You are just at that place where you are you're going. As long as you are not stuck in one place, you are doing very well. Don't compare yourself with others, because comparison is a trap. What matters is that you are consistent and you are clear on your goals and working towards it. So if this video gave you that idea that, okay, you're doing well, I would love to hear from you in the comments. But most importantly, I would love to hear from you, like, how old are you? Do you currently worry about being financially free or building wealth? And what part of your financial journey are you currently on? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. While at it, make sure to check out my other videos where I share more financial tips and what a girl is learning in her journey to becoming financially free, and especially becoming a millionaire in dollars. I'll see you guys in my next one. Let's go over to the next video right now.